Whenever you're ready.
Well, welcome to Poppin' Top, second episode with Layne Riggs. We
Hmm.
got some catching up to do, Lane. Like we've got some wins since the last time. How's it going? What are you drinking?
I actually have a tall boy today,
Oh,
gas
Yes.
station style, Happy Dad, Death Row Records, grape flavor. This is my
All
new
right.
favorite in a can. We have margarita is always going to be number one. Number two is Cutwaters, which will put you on your rear end.
yeah.
Number three at the moment is Happy Dads. So
Nice.
I'm not a beer guy. I wish I was because it'd be a lot easier, but this is
Hell
pretty
yeah.
good.
There's a brand called Ranch Rider that I love. They have a Paloma, I think a margarita, and then like maybe a jalapeno margarita, but then my favorite's their ranch water. They're a bit bougie in the way of like they're a bit expensive, but they are just barely like in the way of flavor over a soda. Like it's kind of crazy that it's alcoholic.
I need to try that sometime. Here,
Nice.
we
Yeah.
gotta do the tradition, pop the top, right?
Yeah,
Let's
there you
go.
go.
All right. So, Owen, what are
That's
you
official.
drinking?
I went to Trader Joe's and I'm a huge fan of their dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And I saw this beer that's apparently supposed to mimic or have some of those flavors in it. And I was like, we'll see how this goes. And so I got a dark chocolate peanut butter porter. And
Holy
so
shit.
we'll see how
What
that
is
goes.
that?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So,
Sure.
here's what I'm drinking. I stole this out of Jeremy Clement's
Oh
fridge
wow.
at the racetrack on
Nice.
Friday. I don't know technically what it's called. Racing Fuel? It's by Rockers Brewing Company, but it's from the Spartan Burgers, is what I'm guessing, because it's got their baseball team on it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's some beer that they sell at the ballpark, I guess. Thanks,
Nice.
Jeremy. I know you don't know I have this, but here we go.
Wow.
There you
There we
Let's
go.
just
go.
try out their beer.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to try this, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on. Don't be a weenie.
Oh,
Honestly, it
that is
tastes
weird.
like
That is weird.
it
Oh,
kind of
You
tastes like
gotta
Miller
finish it.
Lite.
it's,
Yeah, when you're in it for the long haul.
I
Come on.
mean, yeah, this is the commitment part, but man, it was like chocolate around my mouth, but then right down the tongue was like beer. It was weird. That was a weird
Yeah, this
experience.
isn't that bad. It's kind of like Busch Light and Miller Lite kind of had a kid. That's kind of what it
Ugh.
tastes like.
That
This.
sounds horrible.
Sorry, it's not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad. But
Ugh. Man.
all right, so let's get into it, man.
What are we drinking?
Now we know what everybody's drinking. Lane, how are you overall feeling about the season? How are we feeling about New Hampshire? I know Bristol. I've got our Bristol win shirt from last year on right now.
So,
Pulled it out of the closet. So I've got
What, yeah,
my
what do you have
fucking
on?
it's my ice pack for my
You're
shoulder.
wearing a
Me and Lane were
fanny
actually
pack?
talking about it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's my fanny pack.
we're
S-
twinning with injuries. So
went torn labrum bros. That's what we are.
Yeah, there we go.
So I find out tomorrow if it is torn or if it's not. I don't. It doesn't look good. That's for
Mm.
sure. It hurts a lot, but we'll make it through it. We're going to Phoenix. We're going all the way. I don't care if I gotta ride it out, just like
let's
you
go.
did last year, man.
That's right.
So,
I had to drive like that. And they said that it was like 65% torn labrum. So I
oh man.
just had to just gotta suck it up. Gotta do your job.
So
All
when
good.
we were at practice, you said for the most part you never really felt it in the car, right?
No, I mean I would definitely like after the race, I'd be like, oh God, like it's definitely sore. But when the adrenaline's up and you're in the moment and you're doing your thing, like you could care less.
Mm.
Right. I mean,
Do
that's kind of
you
how I feel. I notice it every once in a while, but only certain positions, and
Mhm.
just kind of gotta live with it.
Yep.
do you while you're in a race when like you get out, you're done, whether you won or not, like uh at what point do you hit like a wall or do you even hit a wall? Like do you just feel cramped in your joints and everything? I mean, I'm sure you're well more used to it than I would be, but
Pretty much when you get on the plane, you're like you like finally like
Honestly,
you go and you're like, oh man.
oh, there it
I'm
is.
tired. Yeah, but I don't know if we talked about it last time, but I call it a post race hangover.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that would make
yeah, it's
sense.
just like it literally feels like when you have like a long, hot, race during the summer
Yeah.
and your adrenaline's up and everything, and like you get home that night and you're tired, but you get up the next morning and you literally have a headache and you like feel like on the verge of nauseous. You're like, I feel like I'm hungover. Like I
Gosh.
feel like I've
that's
drank
actually
a
a really
lot.
good way to put it. I actually have not heard it put in terms of a post-race hangover, but I've told everybody you feel slow the next day because you're in your fire suit and you're sweating everything you got.
Mm.
But I also, in kind of retrospect, I feel like I did a really good detox. Like I don't feel shitty, but I don't feel good. That's
for
probably the
sure.
best I can put it. So
Yeah,
Well, if you
now
ever
I
want to
feel
keep
that
doing,
pretty well.
for me, it's more of a mental strain. Like
Oh, gotcha,
you're
gotcha,
just so tuned in, and the next day you wake up and you're like, I don't want to spend any energy doing anything. Like I
gotcha.
just want to do nothing, which is like I can't imagine the guys that do like the double and triple headers. Like they'll run the Xfinity race and they'll run the
oh,
Cup race, or they'll do all three. I'm thinking about the next day I wake up, I'm like, I got to race again.
Yeah,
yeah,
That would be brutal. But I think like you don't feel the hangover effect until it's all over. So like
mm,
if you
right.
did one race, the next day you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go, and then like
mm.
I feel good, and then when it's all over, then you'll really be tired. But
Like that come down of like, okay, it's over is when it
yeah,
hits you.
Yeah,
exactly. I
Gotcha.
usually feel that on the plane or on the drive home, and I'm like,
gosh,
okay, I'm ready to go to sleep. But the next day it hits you like I did something physical yesterday, and it was
yeah.
Yeah.
a toll on my body.
How many races have you done in one week that are like back to back, or what's the most you've
Um,
ever done in a week?
the most I've done was like in the late model, like 2022 was my national championship year for late
Oh,
models. We ran like 68 races that season,
wow.
and like we raced on like Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. Um, but it was kind of that thing like every day it's like it's a new journey. We're
Yeah,
focused on it. We're not really worried about if we don't feel great. Like it is what it is
yeah,
until it's all over. But yeah, that was a rough bit. Which I mean, we're only running like 50 to 75 lap feature races. We're not
yeah.
running 250 to 500 lap
So
races.
you would say that longer endurance, even though as you're saying in the late models, you did more days, but the longer endurance of the truck series is maybe a bit worse.
Yeah, like
Or
I'm thinking like when I run my first cup race and it's somewhere that's 500 laps, like
mm.
I feel like I'm not really worried, but I'm a little concerned of like, am I actually gonna get tired like in the race? Because
Yeah,
I never really felt like that. Like if people, talk about falling out of the seat and like just can't, get tired at the end of the race. Like I've never felt that before. Like I feel like I have just so much passion and adrenaline. It
yeah,
takes over. And it's like I don't care if my body's like trying to tell me to stop. It's not going to. Like I'm going to keep doing my thing every lap and not even worry about it. So
yeah,
I'm sure that same feeling would take over.
yeah. That'd be awesome. I
I ain't
imagine
gonna
too.
lie. This drink is actually hitting the more and more I drink it.
There
My
you
drink
go.
is not. It's just keep. I keep drinking. I'm like, why did I? I'm not buying this one
Hey,
again.
we all make
It's
decisions.
way
Sometimes they're good,
too.
sometimes they're bad.
It's way too desserty for me. I like their peanut butter cups way better. I'm gonna go down a couple of those. But yeah, man. How was Bristol
So,
though? Y'all had a great weekend at Bristol.
Yeah, it's actually on FS2 right now. It
oh,
was
that's
Oh.
how
fun
that,
for
that's how the
sure.
race went. It
Yeah, it
went
was,
mostly like this,
but
and then to
the end,
it was like
yeah,
this.
for you it was a little different. For us, my day went great. We were first in practice, uh, so we qualified seventh, went to dead last after Layne made a mistake, but we rebounded and
Yeah.
finished ninth in the first stage and pretty much took the lead at the end of the start of the final stage and dominated from there. So
It was
great.
fun to watch you prove Joey Logano wrong because I don't know if you've heard the broadcast,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
was like,
I listened to it and
He's
everybody's
like,
like,
he's not gonna get any stage points.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's
He's
like,
like, Lane's not gonna
watch.
get the stage points. And I'm like, yeah, watch this.
yeah.
But
Just out here
hey,
wheeling, boys.
my crew did the best stop of the year, fastest stop all season long on the money
Oh wow.
stop. So congrats
Hell
to
yeah.
everybody else on the team. It was a good stop. Even though it's crazy in practice, we run like 2 seconds faster. But at the
Dude, it's
racetrack,
like your qualifying laps when we talk about that,
yeah,
how
that's in practice.
yeah, practice is a little different. Race trim is different. You just got to be a little more conservative. We definitely don't try to think about are those wheels tight. Granted, they're most likely tight, but everything at the track too is cleaner, as in lug nuts come off easier. I don't have as much resistance on the brand new wheels, brand new studs and brand new lug nuts. They're better. But we do get a little conservative. We make sure we're hitting our marks and we're precise. So that's kind of where we lose most of our time. Brake heat's also a big deal too. That's something that we can't really emulate at practice, but
Mm, for sure.
um, but we talked with Coach with Danny about hey, like we're trying to push it as much as we can here, so that then our new normal becomes a 13.5 instead of we
Mm,
run 12.5s at practice, we can run a 13.5 at the racetrack. So
mm,
it's coming together. I mean, you were probably there at the beginning of the year when we were struggling to hit consistent 14s. Just me having to get ready, or me and Steven had to get used to new guns, and we had a new Jackman with Landon, and just getting that chemistry built. So, all
mm.
that being said, for us to be mad at nights when we run like a 13.3 or 13.4 is what it's all about. I mean, that's why we put in all the work with amongst ourselves, with having you come over to practice with us. It's all about getting those reps together. That so at the end of the season, as we're preparing to go into the second round of the playoffs, because we're locked in there and most likely making it to the final four, it's all going to be smooth sailing. We all know what we're doing.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I've been proud of you guys. Y'all been doing good and progressing slowly through the season. And early on in the year, we had our problems with the right front. It's always like they say to Pitt, and I'm like, oh, I'd rather just not. Like I'd rather just stay out right here. But and no
Trust
offense,
me,
not
trust me.
personal.
There was times where I'm like, Michigan especially.
Yeah, you're like,
Michigan,
I
I
don't
was
want to pick.
like, I don't come down here anymore, dude. I look bad, but it's not my fault. There's nothing I can do
Sure.
about it.
For sure. Like I
So
said, so from going to that to now, I'm like, I'm ready to get to pit road because we're gonna gain some spots right here. Like that's
hell
just
yeah.
a really good feeling and great confidence that I have in you guys. So yeah, all's going great right now.
So at
I also
Michigan, it
gotta.
was just like, all right, pit now, and everyone just went, no, or not. Just keep
Yeah,
going
I'll just
in
stay out.
unison.
Yeah, I don't
100 mile
need
per hour.
tires.
It's
Don't
okay.
need
Yeah.
tires.
Yeah.
But no, trust me, Michigan was not great. Even Dylan hopped off the box immediately. He looked at me and goes, man, I fucked you today. Sorry. Like, I'll fix that. It's word for word what he told me. And I'm like, it's all good, man. Like, I know it's not intentional, but I
Yeah.
do want to say, I know you were at first kind of hesitant about doing the slider, but we're like 3 for 5 or something like that wins wise since we put in the slider. So
Yeah,
it's good luck along with we can run good pit stops.
for
What's the
sure.
So
slider? What is the slider you talking about? That's not a
Layne
I'll
hamburger.
could
get
probably explain that
I'll get
better.
technical. It is a um, device that we use on the suspension that helps the right front droop better.
Oh,
Um,
Hmm.
the negative issue is if you are in a situation where you actually turn to the right down the straightaway, like very heavy, it'll actually like uncouple the front end and like shoot it to the right.
oh,
So it's just being mindful when you're behind the wheel, like knowing you have a slider, knowing that it pits better, but it's also could be very sketchy at times. So
yeah.
it's just being smart with it. That's about it. But a lot of the tracks that we do it on, it really can't really tell a difference. So
Oh.
that's just good prep work and setup. So just glad that we're finally on the right page now.
And y'all
Yeah.
ran that at Bristol, right? Or
Uh, yeah,
Oh, did
no,
we?
actually, no, we didn't at Bristol. We didn't need it.
oh, you didn't need it.
It's,
Okay.
it's very track dependent. It's very
Okay.
track setup dependent on how we do it. We just never really dabbled in it. We didn't really need it. But now we're starting to push the issue and getting better. We need
Okay.
to get all we can get. So yeah, just a mechanical feature that is a trade-off, but worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, see, I
Yeah,
thought
I've
y'all were just having like
definitely.
catering and they were just giving you sliders like through the window.
Yeah,
Chill.
like that'd be nice. Like first pit stop, like water bottle,
Yeah.
Tear
little
off a
like
chicken
yeah,
sandwich.
little sandwich, little tear off action. Like
Yeah.
I remember watching one race and I think it was it Bubba? And he was like, give me a Gatorade and a granola bar. And I was like, granola bar? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know we could eat during the race. Like, I need to start asking for that.
Yeah. They can get granola bars?
Dude, Alex would lose his mind if you were to ask for a granola bar. He's like, "What is he talking about? No way!"
No, no, not happening. He can deal with it.
I love
He,
that man,
he's
dude.
got
That
enough
guy's a
fat on
character.
his body. His body can eat itself. It'll be fine.
Oh,
That's
dude,
funny.
good old Alex. So it's funny. I've known Alex for a while. Like we played softball like 4 years ago, 4 years ago together, and then I think at the end of last year, I was talking to him like, "Bro, you need to come over to front row, man. We got something special going on." He's like, "I've actually been talking to Dylan. Like it might happen." And then sure enough, in the off season, Alex was there. I'm like, "Let's go!" So,
Hmm.
um, my big question for you, Lane, is. Do you have a favorite win from this season, and or how do you feel about last year compared to this year? Because I have a lot of different thought processes about both in comparison.
Yeah, first off, I mean, we've won 3 times this year, and they all are special in their own unique way.
Right.
Pocono was special. First off, first one of the year. We're locked in. That's great. Also, it's a track that, everybody says I'm the short track guy. I'm the short track guy. Layne Riggs is the short
Right.
track guy. We went and won on a 2.5 mile racetrack. And
Triangle.
yeah, exactly. The 2.5 mile triangle, the tricky triangle, went and
Right.
won there. And it's actually kind of irked me in Victory Lane. One of the pit reporters, or not pit reporters, one of the media people asked me, they said, so since you won here at Pocono, the corners must really feel like a short track type of corner, right? And they put the microphone in my face, and I was like, actually, they don't feel like that at all. And I'm actually confident at all the racetracks I go to now. So,
I'm actually just a
Yeah.
really good driver.
yeah,
Yes. Give me some
yeah, that's kind
credit,
of that's
damn it.
kind of how it felt like. Oh, so if you won, it must be like a short track, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, like
You
I
win
feel
at
like I'm good at,
Daytona.
I feel like
Thanks,
I'm good at
man.
all of them now. Like, yeah. So that was like I kind of proved myself there. Like I can win on I mean, I haven't run on a road course yet or super speedway, but I feel like I can win at any of those racetracks. So
Hmm.
that was really cool that it was different than the short track that I'm quote unquote the best at. I go to IRP, we win again, and it was a short track, but it was the most dominant I've ever been in my career. I mean,
That was a flat out ass whooping we gave everybody.
it was, and I've never, I mean, even in like the late model days, I don't remember playing with them that much. I mean, it was literally like lifting at the flag stand, and I'm just running a slow pace to save tires, and they're like, "You're still driving away," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "It's just amazing how fast it was there." So that was special just because of that factor. And IRP was my first start track 3 years ago.
Okay.
That race that I won was my first ever truck start 3 years ago, 2022.
Mm.
Cool.
That was
I didn't
that
know
was
that.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Bristol, two in a row at Bristol, the fall race.
Right. Right.
Um, everybody's there for that race. All the Love's associates for Love's Travel Stops. A lot of my family's there. Just to go back to back at that racetrack. First track I've won twice at.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I said, so 3 wins, and they're all cool in their unique way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
cherish all of them.
It's kind of how I feel about the wins too. I think Pocono was like the coming out party. It's like monkey off our back. We finally got into victory lane because we had some other races. Like Nashville is the biggest one I can think of. Probably even Texas we were really fast at,
Yeah.
and it just didn't filter out for us at all because pit road issues or whatever happened. I'd even say Kansas. Kansas was really the first one I can think of that was like we kind of let
Oh,
that one get away from us. Just it didn't quite happen. But we get into victory at Pocono. The trophy's cool as shit in Pocono. I even bought one, so whenever it gets here, um,
Yeah.
I bought a replica, so I can't wait to see that. So that was cool. I liked it. We got bare knuckle brawl in victory lane first try. That was no, we ran Rockingham with them.
yeah.
Um,
We almost
but
won
we
Rockingham.
that's another one I've talked about. I'm like, dude, there's like four other races in here. If
Yeah.
we
Y'all have a
add
lot of
these,
them.
But
if
look,
we add those together,
everybody has the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Like
yep,
everybody in
yep.
the field says they should have won 10 races by now. So like
I
that's
feel
why
like
I
aside from the 11, we have about three in there that maybe we take one away from the 11. It's really close. Like it's a lot closer than people realize how good we've been compared to the 11. Just
Mhm,
don't quite have the same results. But then again, the 11 had I think Martinsville and Miami were the two races I think of he didn't win that he probably had the best truck. So you
mhm,
kind of factor those in there. If you take some away, they probably are still around 7 wins. We probably have five, maybe six.
mhm.
So I think it's a lot closer in comparison on the stat sheet than people really know.
Yeah.
But it was fun getting bare knuckle brawl into victory lane. That truck looks so cool. And
Mhm.
then IRP, we just that was something I think I told the guys. I don't know if I ever got to tell you. I was like, I want to go out and get like be P1 in practice, get the pole, and like lead every lap, come down pit road P1, lead P1. And we got to do pretty much all that except for we didn't get to qualify. It was rained out.
Yeah.
So that one kind of fulfilled that whole concept. And then you go to Bristol, where the defending champs of this race last year. The 38 won it earlier this year. And now have a different gas man as in Gaddy's there, and he was hyped as shit because he's like, I want to get a sword. I'm like, bro, when we go to Bristol, we're gonna get you a sword. Let's do it. We
Yeah.
called our shot there. Sam's there with me, and she didn't come to last year's race because of some babysitter issues. Like her mom was gonna watch Ella, couldn't really make it happen in time, and I was like, man, it'd be cool if we win tonight. We freaking do, and she wasn't there. So then this year going back, we win again, and she's with us. I was like, that's freaking awesome, man. So
Yeah. For sure.
um,
Yeah,
I
it was
think
cool to
there's
see her in Victory Lane for sure. And like I said, a lot of my family was there too. So, and
yeah, like
Bristol is
even
like they're kind of close to home. Like they're not a home track. They're not like Charlotte, but
right.
everybody wants to go to Bristol because it's such a just electric environment. So
Yeah.
For
everybody
sure.
seems to make it out for that one. And then when you get the job done, it just makes it that much more special.
100%. I think I love the Bristol win. Like IRP is a really close second for me as our favorite win. Bristol because we thrashed, dude. After you spun, we're like, all right, let's go into damage control mode. Like, what do we got to make sure? Like, mind our P's and Q's and get everything re-prepped. Like, we re-glued those wheels that came off on that spin, the very first set. Re-glued those. We were gonna put those back on after the end of the first stage. Decided to abort that. They didn't have time to dry. So it was like we were constantly playing almost like catch up, but it wasn't that bad. It's just we had so much going on. I was like, after every pit stop, let's go glue up, make sure these are ready to go. And so then we put that set that you spun with, we put those on at the end of stage two. And those are the tires that you ran to the end with. And
Nice.
um, it was one of those things like we felt like we were such a key role in helping. Like even the pit stop at the end of stage two helped you get the lead. And it was like we started off rough, but it was just like that climb. Slowly but surely we got back to the front. And then to cap it off, we led like 112 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, we spun on lap one. We started dead last, and we led 112 of 100 of 250 laps. Like, that's incredible, dude.
Well, question
So
about the spin, like when you spun and then like you get sent to the back. When you're at the back and you have the confidence in the truck that you seemingly clearly had on Bristol, are you like in a way kind of excited, like I get to go past all these trucks and get to carve it through it? Or are you kind of like, okay, let me go back into like
No,
are you
it
frustrated?
was not exciting because
Okay.
when
Because I
you're
know
in the
Kyle
very
Larson's like, I
last,
like to pass cars, so put me in the back.
looking back, it was fun to like
Yeah.
pass every single person in the field. That was cool. But those first like 20 laps, like these guys that are around you don't really know where they're at.
squirrels,
They're yeah,
squirrels.
squirrels is the best way to put it, and it's really scary. And they're just screaming like, "Do not hit anybody. Do not knock the fenders off. Do not wreck the truck. Like just slowly, like they're just like hold me back. Like just slowly go through the field. Slowly do it." And I did. I was like, I got to listen now after the first
Yeah.
lap. Listen to everything they say. And then they finally, I got to like 20th, and they were like, "Okay, go hard. Go as hard as you can." I was like,
That was the
"Okay."
turning point I remember too because they started saying like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and pit at the end of the stage, burn these tires up, get as much track position as you can." I'm like,
I was
"All
like,
right,
I can do that.
buckling down. I'm gonna run an extra stop.
And they
Just
were
be
like,
prepared, you know."
Joey said you can't get stage points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shifting the high gear.
What do you
Well, watch
say?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That
Yeah.
truly was. It was just such a fun night, man. Like I said, it was a thrash. It was stressful at times. At moments, I'm like, man, we might get caught up in somebody else's mess. Someone might just lose it, and then we end up having the lead in the third stage. And I'm like, please no cautions, please just drive it to the end, just drive it to the end. And then the 99 shows up, and I'm like, where the hell did they come from? Like, where have they been all night? And then they're like on your bumper, and they fade. I think they burned their stuff up pretty bad. I don't think they even finished second. I think they finished third. I
No,
can't
they
remember who
finished
finished
second.
second.
They finished second.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They ended up falling off pretty bad then, I guess, after they tried to pass us. But I also saw you couldn't really get around the 11. So in my head, I'm like, I wonder if the 99 is going to have the same issue. Trying to pass the leader is like the ultimate, test of like how good your truck is. It was because like we talked about at practice a little bit tonight, saying if you could get around the 11, you're going to pull away from him. But
Oh
just
yeah.
being able to make that pass was hard.
Yeah, it was tough when the top lane came in strong enough because you can't just like drive around somebody. If they're running the top, you can't just drive to their outside. That's just not possible. So you have to pass them on the bottom. So once the top lane came in strong enough, like the first part of the race, I could get through the field easy because the top lane wasn't quite good enough. So everybody just kept running the bottom. So I went to the top and just mowed everybody down. Well, it's like then the top came in enough where then you had to run the bottom. So it just like the track flip-flopped what groove was better at the perfect time for
Hmm.
me. Um, I'm just taking advantage of that. And then, the 11, they're really good at being able to air block and stuff like that. So,
Right.
um, yeah, I just knew. I mean, when we came out of pit road first to start the final stage, I'm like, it's over. Like
Yeah.
this race,
We've got it.
like they're gonna have to take it from me if they're gonna
Yeah.
win this race.
You're just
And
like, good
they might
luck
not
fighting
have
for second.
Yeah.
exactly. And like, yeah, we took the restart, and the 62 took the bottom, and I was like, okay, it's really over now. I was, in my head, I was like, what is he doing? I was like, but I'll take it. Like, I'm not gonna tell him,
You're just
just
in your truck like,
drive.
oh shoot, I wanted the bottom.
Yeah, no.
Dang
Actually,
it.
under caution, I was faking it, and I was like going under the choose cone, like preparing that I'm ready to go to the bottom, and he
Yeah.
chose the bottom, and I was like, maybe I tricked him.
Yeah, who
So
knows?
yeah,
They
who
feel
knows?
like a rock, dude. So me and Steven were actually talking about on the phone earlier. We were talking about a few things, and we were talking about the restart. And so I watched the highlights like 2 days ago. It was like the short version of the highlights. It was like 12 minutes on YouTube. I was watching it. I didn't realize that 62 held up the inside line as bad as they did.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And I thought about it because of what we talked about today in text that we can't say on here. That I was like, if I had messed with that, like where would we have come out on pit road? Yeah, 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 whatever. And then seeing what the 62 did to everybody, I'm like, oh my God, like our race really could have been lost right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that track position, being able to choose where we wanted to be on the outside or the inside, regardless, next to the 62 was huge. So I didn't realize it played that big of an effect until later. And I was like, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
Track position's huge. Capitalizing at the right time. The later in the race you get, the more critical it is, which is why they call it the money stop. One, it's
Yeah.
for the win, and two, it is harder to pass the longer the race goes. Early in the race, if you're really quick, you can usually pass the slower guys pretty easy. And then, I mean, later on, I mean, during that final stage, I mean, I was trying to conserve my tires. Like, I knew we weren't going to pit again. So just even if we had a caution, I was going to stay out. And just even getting around some of the lap trucks that I like early in the race, I passed like they were sitting still.
Hmm.
They were difficult to pass once you started getting up towards the better half of the field. Like when you're starting to lap like 12th, 13th, 14th, like that era, it's like
Yeah.
okay, you're actually gonna have to push it if you want to get by these guys. So
Hmm.
Right.
yeah, the money stop is everything's on the line because it's harder to do everything and it means the most.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool, man. The other question I would ask about this race compared to last year. So I vividly remember last year, it was either right after the first stage or maybe even getting close to the second stage. We had a caution somewhere. I remember you coming over the radio and said, "This truck is really good." How
Mhm.
was this truck compared to last year's truck? Were they about equal? Do you feel like last year was more dominant? This year was more dominant? Which one do you feel like was better?
This year's is better.
Oh,
This year,
Really? I thought it
yeah.
was gonna be hard to top that, to be honest with you.
No, it we actually got it better over the off season, and
Really?
so yeah, we worked on. We had our post race meeting today, and we talked about some things that we did that were significantly better, and then possibly even a little too far. Um, but yeah, we've already talked about things. If we had to go back right now, we could have changed two or three things and been even faster than we were, which is
gosh,
just
Nice.
that's
we're
a
like we were
scary
like
thing to hear.
yeah, we were like 85, 90% potential in my head.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
What
you're saying when we go back in April, we might get another sword?
We could possibly
well, like you're
to
gonna not
change
get a sword, you're gonna get a paddle because like y'all are just spanking them
exactly.
here.
We should start
Exactly.
getting shields, like
Yeah,
gladiator
yeah, that's what I
shields.
was gonna say. The
We've got
whole
both.
yes,
That would actually be kind of a cool thing for Bristol to do. The more you win there,
Uh,
the more of a suit you complete. That'd be kind of
yeah,
fun.
that actually would be kind of cool.
but
But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
that's cool.
it's so tough because like the spring race, the way they apply the PJ1 on the bottom, the temperature difference. Obviously, we've seen during the cup races, everybody's that's the buzzword right now is temp difference and the track
It's
making the tires
crazy.
wear difference.
Yeah.
Um, just there's so many different factors, and I feel like this fall's race compared to last fall's race was really close. And we've been better in
Mhm.
the fall both times. The spring we've kind of
Right.
been okay. So it's just now capitalizing on the spring race is going to be big. But like next fall race, I have no concerns about. It's just next spring race is the one that you're gonna have to see what's different.
Well, so
Yeah.
I wasn't there for the spring race this past year because I was on the verge of getting like a stomach bug, and it happened like 5 a.m. Friday morning.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
so I ended up
You're just
calling in and
lazy.
telling Danny, I was like, "Hey dude, I don't trust this. I don't want to end up being sick and getting everybody else sick or whatever." So I called out. We had Geo filling and it ended up being kind of like a perfect scenario, being that there wasn't a whole lot of pressure, but then y'all had the cording issue. I guess it wasn't a perfect scenario because obviously I wanted to see y'all win, but um I know that you had a cording issue with the left front. I think it was by the end of the first stage, and then you didn't pit till the second stage or something like that, or maybe it was close to the first stage. We needed to pit,
Yeah.
and
So what
it ended up
happened?
being a way different race for y'all than it should have been.
Yeah. So the difference was we didn't practice or qualify because it rained.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it literally rained all day long. So the first
that's
lap of
right.
the
I forgot
track
about that.
was the first lap of the race. The PJ1 was heavily applied on the bottom, no rubber on it. I mean, the track was completely white with zero rubber. So we started the race and we're like, oh, like just looking at our notes, like, yeah, we normally run in the end of stage two on tires. Well, we got into stage one. I'm like, they're worn, but I mean, I'm hanging on. And then right when we started the second stage, it's like I have no tires left. Like they're gone. They're on the racetrack. They're gone. And we had to ride around the whole second stage. We went a lap down because I had no
Gosh.
tires on the front end. So
Mm.
Mm,
that's just the difference in that conditions. We have no rubber on the racetrack, no ARCA race. Um,
that's right.
the
Yeah.
difference there, so many factors at a concrete track that make it so temperamental.
Hmm.
And they just did not fall our way, and we were not prepared for it in the
Mm.
spring the way it was.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have two comments. Andrew said he's a big Layne Riggs fan and congrats on this past weekend. So thank you, Andrew.
Thank you,
He also
Andrew.
said, when I visit the shop during the race week and touch the truck, you seem to always win. Come touch our truck every week, please.
Yes.
And lastly, Jarius, who's been on the show a few times, said, "Can we get some wins too, please? Help me out. Share the wins." He's on Rasha Caruth's truck. So
I mean,
Jerry's. I don't know what to tell you, man.
gotta pick up the pace on pit road, man. I mean,
Whoa.
Skinny one on the right, man. Just push it a
yeah,
little bit more.
go faster, brother.
Whoa.
No, I appreciate the
But
comments. All's been good. I love racing against Raja. Me and him got into it a little bit at Richmond, and we talked
Mm.
after the race about
did
it.
y'all?
So,
I don't remember seeing that.
yeah, he dove three wide bottom and like doored into me and all, and I was in the moment. I was actually pretty upset, and then
You're
Mm.
like, what
after
are
the
you
race, it came
doing,
over.
bro?
Yeah, yeah, I saw him, and I was like, who's this idiot banging into me? And I look, and I was like, it's Raja. It's like he never gets aggressive.
Yeah.
And after the race, he came over. He's like, "I'm sorry. Like, I did it. I'm not gonna say I didn't mean to do it, but I regret it now." So,
Yeah.
no, we're all
So
good. It's funny. Me and him are actually, I call him my brother from another mother because we actually have the exact same birthday,
Nice.
day,
really,
year, and everything.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
so yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is
that
cool.
is pretty sweet. Andrew asked, he wants to ask you, Lane, are you running Martinsville next week?
In a late model,
I'm
no.
guessing so because we don't go to Martinsville next week.
No.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't go to Martinsville next week on like a Friday or Saturday because it's wrong state.
yes, negative. I
Negative Ghost Rider.
I have ran some late model races this year, and I kind of look at the pros and cons of it. I feel like the most recent one I ran was the Hickory $50,000 to win Cars Tour race, and we ran pretty good all night. But man, it's like we were there for 4 days, testing, practice. When I race late models, it costs money to do it. Like it's money out of our pockets to go race.
Hmm.
Um, and it's all just to go have fun. And I feel like it was 3 times the work as a truck race. So I'm like, I can go truck racing. We run really well. I have a crap load of fun, and I get paid to do it for a living. Or I can go race late models. I got to pay to do it. I have to work super hard, and I don't get paid to do it. So it's like
Yeah.
this just doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
I'm having more fun in the truck series. Like a lot of people go short track racing and go back to their roots because they think it's more fun or they enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Um, but man, I'm having more fun doing the truck stuff. It's like what makes me want to go late model racing? So yeah, the Valley Star Credit Union 300, I ran it several times in the past. It's surprisingly, at least the main event is the cleanest race at Martinsville of the season. I mean,
Hmm.
Cup, Xfinity, and Truck, it's probably the cleanest one. Um, a lot of top-notch drivers, super competitive, over 100 entries usually. So big respect to everybody that goes and runs that race, but yeah, not this year. Just not really feeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got
Well,
bigger fish to fry, don't we?
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. And after Hickory, getting back used to the late model tire, the bias ply, I felt like it almost hurt me a little bit in the truck
Mm.
stuff. Like I went back to the sim on Monday to run. I think it was
Felt way different.
I was coming up to Richmond. Yeah, like I got so used to running the late model tire again. I had to
Mm,
like spend like 30 minutes on the simulator getting back used to how a truck felt. And I was like,
gotcha.
I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's just not really worth it for me.
Well, that was something I was going to ask, if you prefer to do like another series or sim work to kind of keep that rhythm of racing, or maybe just, keep expanding your knowledge. So that kind of answered the question I was going to ask. But yeah, you don't view late model as like that flexing the muscle. It's a bit too much work.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I said, I've done it for a long time. I mean, I've always ran late models. That's just my thing. Every year I've run some races, and I probably will next year again. But just
Hmm.
right now, the position we're in, the way we're running, we're going for a championship. I feel really confident in what we do, and I have like a good rhythm with the trucks.
Yeah.
And whenever I go late model racing, I feel like it kind of gets me off beat a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's like I
Mm.
just I don't really want to jeopardize any of our success.
Mm.
The only thing I would probably be able to compare that to is I'll like hop in iRacing and run like an F1 car and then try to drive a cup car and it's so clunky. I'm like, what is this, dude? Like this feels so foreign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
for
I can
sure.
kind of
Same kind
understand
of
that
way. I mean,
to a
not that
degree.
extreme. It's not like going to F1, but
No,
just
I
the
can see what you
mindset,
mean though.
feel, and then I even feel like I mean, them late model guys, they're no joke. Like, if I had to go tomorrow and win a cars tour race versus a truck race, a cars tour race is harder to win than a truck race, in my opinion. It is
Mm.
just
Mm,
very, very tough competition. Like, at Hickory, first to 25th was 2 tenths apart in qualifying.
Wow.
two
That's
tenths.
crazy.
I mean, like, yeah, like I
I
ran
mean,
like a
like the snap of a
74.
finger.
Yeah, I ran like a 74 and 25th was like a 95. Like it's just so, I mean, literally less than a hundredth of a second per position on average.
That's
So
crazy.
Wow.
just the field is so tough and so tight, and these guys do it all year, every single race they run is just focused on that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to just jump back down and just say I'm going to be the man and beat all these guys because I have truck experience. These guys are tough, and a lot of those guys, if they had the same opportunity that I did, could do great things as well.
So when you go
Hmm.
to a late model race, you're not walking in there with your Love's fire suit, just all big chested, circling
No,
your big sponsor, just putting your leg up on a tire, just
He's
oh.
big leaguing them.
nope.
Big leaguing
No,
them.
I do not do that. When I go to a late model race, I wear my old suit and I hold wrenches and I work on the car. And
You
everybody's
just
like, "Why
stop
are
at
you?"
holding wrenches. You're just
Ex-
sitting
ex-
there.
Exactly. I'm like sitting there, like I'm working on the car. Like, everybody comes over, like, "Why are you working on the car?" I'm like, "Because this is a late model race. We have to work on our stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's different. Like, I don't get to just sit in the lounge like I do with a truck race.
Yeah.
I mean, in the trucks, like they literally tell me, like, don't help us. Like, I'll try to like help in the shop, and they're like, can you not touch the truck? Because if you do something and it breaks,
Yeah.
that's on you. Like we can't fire you. And Dad got in trouble with this too. Like, say I put something together. Like, say I put an upper control arm on, and during the race, the upper control arm fell off. If it was one of our guys, a shop guy, they could get in trouble. They could lose pay. They could get fired. They can get the blame. Well, how are you going to blame the driver for something that fell off the car? So they're
Yeah.
like, it's
You're
literally it's a
invincible, dude.
it's a liability thing. We can't help. We can't let you help us.
Oh wow.
Um, which is the difference in like business corporation racing versus grassroots racing. Is
Mm.
It's just
Yeah.
a really different
Man,
world.
that's actually insane to think about. I thought that you kind of did your thing over there at the race shop some just to help out the guys and stuff, but I mean that also makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
So,
I do on things that like aren't critical, like
yeah.
things that you can't really mess up. Like I do a lot of that stuff and try to stay involved. But when it comes down to like critical issues and like things that really have to be right, I usually don't get the opportunity to work on. They tell me no.
Do you wish you could to some degree?
Yes and no. I like helping, and sometimes they're like, I'll do some stuff. They'll be like, okay, it's whatever. And then like I'll try to get more into, and they're like, nope, okay, we're backing you up, get away. And then
Go
I'll go
back
do
to the
something
sim.
else. Go back to the simulator. You're here to drive, not work. And so there's pros and cons. But I've it kind of it hurt last year. Like when I first started racing, like I was like, all right, let's get to work. Let's put the motor in and all this. They're like, what are you talking about? Put the motor in. Like that's our job. Like, you just drive. I was like, really? That's how it works?
Like that's it? That's all I'm supposed to do?
But I've definitely gotten more used to it, and just everybody has their job, and like we're
Mhm.
really like a well-oiled machine right now. And if anything, I just enjoy watching them do it and not wanting to step on any toes. Like if I jump in, it would slow them down more than it would speed them up, just because it
Mhm.
would get the rhythm off.
Absolutely.
It'd be like if you threw in a second changer, like
You'd be like, what are you doing? Like, I got
yeah,
to do
it's
this.
like oh, it's two of us, we can go faster. It's like not really. Like that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. You're just in my way. Get out of here.
yeah, exactly. That's how it is for me.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I think the question I would ask you is how fast does your mind work during pit stops? For you, can you kind of tell like, okay, this feels normal, like practice, like right side's good, go to the left side, and like what's your mentality during pit stops? Does it feel super slow, or are you like cool breather? All right, I can kind of just like rest for a second. Like, what do you do during
Somebody
a
bring
pit
me a
stop?
slider.
Yeah, we'll slider out. It kind of depends. Usually, my tale for like how good it is if you and Steven can do it like at the same time. Like I hear them
Yeah,
all going on at the same time. Both like if both sides go on at the same time, I'm like that was a heater. That was fast.
Mm.
yeah.
Um, because I can't really tell like an exact time period. But the good thing is like now I'm having to come in, turn the steering wheel. I'm helping Alex get the water bottle out, watching the tear off go. When the right side drops, I'm worried about getting it in gear. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff during the pit stop that kind of like keeps me in thrall. But usually like once you're in gear and then like left side goes up, I'm like, that feels so long. And I see like
Ah.
we're not leading and there's like other guys like going by. So I'm like, come on, go,
That
go,
would
go.
that would bother the shit out of me too. I'd be like,
It's
"Come
so
on, I
long.
want to go. I want to go."
Yeah, 'cause, like you do your stuff, water bottle, gear. and then like you're up on the left, and you just see guys driving by your right side. You're like, go, like it's tough because you're helpless. You're just doing all you can do.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
guess Texas was your was your nightmare where you're just
yes,
like, hey, what y'all doing over there? Come on.
Yeah.
like all right. It's like there's the guy. We're still up on the right, and there's guys passing me that I was in front of. Like that's
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
You're like, I'm no expert, but I feel like we should have left by now.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely it depends if it's slow motion or not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have so many other things going on. Usually, I'm pretty preoccupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually didn't really think about it that way that you're grabbing the water bottle, you're helping like you're seeing the tear off and then changing into gear. I know you change gears once we drop right side to the left side, but
Yeah,
no, that's pretty cool to think about. I mean, I've known a few guys I've asked before, they're like, yeah, we usually know how the stop's going. We can kind of think about it a little bit and we see, myself go across the front or whoever, and they kind of know like, okay, this should be a pretty good stop as long as the left side's good, and drop the jack and you take off. So,
sure. As long as
um,
there's not one holding the other up, it usually seems 95% of the time it's pretty good. So like
yeah,
Mhm.
I
pretty
hear,
seamless.
five off, five on, like pretty within a second of each other, and the same thing on the left. I'm like, okay, that was pretty that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
anything like if it's like you're already to the left side and he's still in the right rear, I'm like, this is not good. Like it's not physically possible that he did at the front that fast and we're not slow on the rear. So
Yeah.
that's the big tale is how equal the fronts and rears are.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Um,
perfect sense.
when you look at like how Saturday went with that extreme tire wear, that chaotic, uh, I mean, the chaos that unfolded after that, do you see that race? And are you like, does that kind of racing excite you with conserving tire to that extreme, or does something like the truck race that you've been obviously very successful at? Which one would you prefer? I mean, I know one you're successful at, but does something like the cup race be like, oh, that looks awful?
Yeah, I'm gonna give my 2 cents here about that.
Oh,
The fans are like, we need more tire wear, we need more tire wear. Like, and Goodyear said, okay, here you go.
Here's
30
your
laps,
tire
you
wear.
can go to 30 laps, you're at the cords. So here's your tire wear.
gosh, yeah.
I personally didn't think it was that great of a race. Even though we
Mm,
had a front row car up front, even though it was all that, it's just, man, when you as a driver to watch, knowing that situation, I'm out here, I'm not racing, I'm riding around.
yeah.
And a good equal to that was when I raced late models at Florence Speedway and Myrtle Beach Speedway. Like we would literally the first 100 laps of the race, we would run 2.5 to 3 seconds off the pace on
Wow.
purpose to conserve tires. And all the guys that finish up front, their best lap of the race was in the last 10 laps on the same set of tires. So it's like you're literally riding around, riding around, riding around. Like I can go at any time and I can pass everybody in the field and go to the front. But it's just being patient and waiting for the right time to do it.
Hmm.
And I never really fully enjoyed that. I enjoy a little bit of tire wear where it's like you can burn your stuff up, but you don't have to be literally pace speed feel to conserve. So, this Saturday at Bristol, it was pace speed. I thought that it was really bottom feeder. I mean, nobody could run the top, everything's single groove, but it seems like the fans want that and they want to see guys knocking each other out of the way on the bottom. Like, I would way rather have a track that's two groove like we saw in the truck race. Like, you can run the top or you can run the bottom, and if you're faster, you can go around them, and either lane can work for you, which is what we had in our race and we had last fall. Um, so that's my multi-groove racing. When you're going hard and you can really make any line work, that's my favorite kind of racetrack. Like I
Yeah.
said, I think that there's definitely some entertainment factor to the high extreme tire wear. Um, but it's just not really my really cup of tea for
I
sure.
think the one thing I would be curious to see is when teams can really prepare for that amount of like tire wear. Because I feel like, again, it felt like that one spring Bristol race that we had before. This one was just like, oh, everyone's taking on their feet. And like Goodyear's like, well, we got to give more tires now because I don't know if we're really expecting this much again or something. It was fun from a fan perspective that doesn't know much about a lot of diverse racing styles, but like I was also telling Blake, I was like, there's actually like a safety hazard with how many cars caught on fire from built up rubber. But then also like from a strategy perspective, I had no idea of how to keep track of anything anymore after the
It
first 40
was
laps.
it was chaos. You're
And
like,
so like it was fun from just like how different it was, but then at the same time I was like I said it on the live and I think I said it in our recording that will be coming out tomorrow, but like I want it to dial back a little bit, but I also want to see the teams prep for this extreme and I want to see how the drivers maybe drive differently before we really start to like cancel this out. But yeah, I do agree with you on the multi-group style racing that we see at other tracks. I like that a lot better as a fan personally. And I do see more of a natural racing, whereas this one was just like, get out of my way. I have better tires. Move. Like Ty Gibbs was just running into the back of people at one point.
Yeah.
So,
And the fans, they're like 1995 Bristol all over again. Like I love it.
yeah,
But like it's just not. It's never going to be the same. You
yeah.
know.
Let's make our
the
own.
cars are completely different now.
Yeah,
So
Mhm.
for sure.
that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Let me be right back for a second.
yeah. We'll pause.
Pause.
All right. Blake, I think you had a
Layne,
question.
have you
Yeah.
ever peed in your fire suit?
Yes, I have. Um,
You've had to go.
And you only do
it's
it in the love suit because it's all
That's
love.
right. The one actually, I've only ever done it once in the truck. I've actually done it more in late model than I have in truck, which is kind of crazy with the shorter races. But um, yeah, 2024 Phoenix, I really had to go, and
You peed in the seat last Phoenix?
I did, I did, and it was a long red, we had a red flag for something. I think it was whatever wreck it was. It was like a 15-minute red flag, and I was like, all right, like I got to go here, like.
Yeah.
Dang.
Usually
Rob loved you
when you're driving and you're going, like you don't really notice it, but then when you stop and you're like
when you're
sitting
sitting there.
still, you're like, uh-oh. And you know you're strapped in, like you know you can't get out. Like you're like, I really want to go right now.
Yeah. I
That is a
don't
true
blame
feeling. You would have hated Watkins Glen for Xfinity. We sat for like 40 minutes or something like that for that wreck on what turn? What turn was that? After the carousel.
Yeah,
It,
that huge the Austin Hill wreck.
yeah, Austin
you.
Hill left reared somebody. I can't remember who
Mm-mm.
he left reared. It was the 11, wasn't it? The 11 was destroyed.
One of the
But
rears. Um, are you looking forward to like Xfinity series? You know, getting some laps in there?
Um, yes, I'm actually really not quite sure what I'm gonna do. Next season I wanted to try to get a deal together with some sponsors and maybe run some Xfinity races, but with Haas transferring over to Chevrolet, it kind of leaves a void
Mm.
that aspect because it would have to be with a Ford.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is
so,
Haas the last? No, Haas is not the last Ford Xfinity team.
well, so all Ford Xfinity
AM.
teams run Haas chassis and Haas bodies.
Oh wow.
So
That is
literally, pretty much the entire car is built by Haas. So
wow.
the Siegs, AM Racing,
Yeah.
anybody that runs Ford and Xfinity
I
from the Haas shop. So
didn't know that.
yeah, that changes a lot.
Yeah, that is
Everybody's gonna go to Chevy now. Is that kind of what's gonna happen?
I don't know, and I don't think a lot of those. I don't see other guys changing manufacturers, maybe doing their own thing.
hmm
Usually, that's a long learning curve.
Yeah.
So not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. My goal for next year is I'd love to run the truck again and, working towards that every day. But, I'd like to run 5 cup races next year.
Oh, nice. That'd be awesome.
For a good team, maybe
Yeah.
we could get a fourth Roush car or maybe even a fourth front row car or um, I love to do some part-time cup stuff just to get a feel for it. And you've seen a lot of guys like Hocevar and Zane that never did any Xfinity races. They went straight to cup and are doing just fine. So
Yeah.
the Xfinity car is a lot different. If anything, I've heard that the truck and the cup car are more similar than the Xfinity car is. Like the
Mhm.
Xfinity car is in its they're on its own island. It's so different from everything else. So um, yeah.
It is always interesting to watch how different drivers do in different series. Like they'll be really good in Xfinity, but
Mhm.
then they get up to Cup and they struggle. And then like same with like truck and everything. Um but do you have any like mentors in the Cup series that, you can I don't know, I guess yeah, like I said, mentor and stuff like that, like Dezane or Noah, any of them?
Yeah, Eileen, let me see. We have a new guest here on the
Yeah.
show.
Hello,
Yeah,
Ella.
Ella's here. Say hey.
Hey, Ella.
She's
Um,
shy.
I know she's probably tired.
Yeah, I think
But no,
so.
I do lean on our cup guys at front row sometimes, but it's just so different
Yeah.
than like actual track characteristics and like racecraft is just so different from what we have in the truck series. So the biggest people I lean on is my dad. Obviously, he has a
Yeah.
lot of experience doing what I do, and I lean on David Reagan a lot at Ford Racing. He's an associate there that helps out and gives us a lot of info and helps us out, kind of leads us in the right direction at times, and myself as a driver for mindset stuff. And for the road courses, Joey Hand is kind of the Ford Racing road course specialist.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
yeah, he helps us out at all the road courses. So I got definitely got a good group of people around me, and so Roval's coming up. I've already done some sim time for it, and me and Joey will be working soon at trying to get better there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Was
definitely got
Joey the one that drove the 60 at
did.
Chicago last
Yep,
year?
finished second.
Oh, wow.
That's right, because I was like, I don't know who this dude is and where he came from.
Yeah, he's been
But he's
racing road
driving his
course.
wheels off of this thing.
Yeah, like we talked, he helped me a lot for Lime Rock. He's like, yeah, the first time I ran Lime Rock was 2003, and I'm like, what? Like it's just crazy. He's got a lot of experience. He's done all kinds of, I mean, from prototype to GT3, GT4, like all the different series that run.
Mm,
Um, he's
that's
been
crazy.
he's done it all. So yeah, 24 hours Daytona and Le Mans and all that stuff. He's done all of that. So he's got a lot of just pure road course experience. Not so much NASCAR road course, which obviously he showed he could do at Chicago last year. But he's a good all arounder and a really good teacher.
Yeah. Those endurance races are they seem so intense. Like, is that something if you ever got approached about it, would you be like, sure? Or would you just be like,
Yeah,
ah, I'm good?
I think it'd be fun. You just don't really push it to the 100% potential. Like
Yeah.
the risk versus reward is ridiculous in that
Hmm.
series and what they do. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, like say Ford said, we got a GT4 Mustang and we're going to run the 24 hours of Daytona. I'd be all for it. I'd love to do that. That'd be super fun.
That would be really cool. Yeah. Well,
I
you got
think the
anything?
one question I would ask is, Lane, what's the one race you want back from this season?
I think
Mm.
Texas.
Texas is the one that you think about?
Yeah, I think about Texas a lot. I mean, our only DNF uh, jumped through the grass, took the splitter off of it. I mean, we finished second in the first stage and we took the lead in the second stage like immediately. Um, so yeah, that's the shoulda, woulda, coulda. That I feel like we had the best truck in the field and we gave it away. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that one hurts the most for sure.
I think about Texas and I think about Darlington. I really want. We had Dan there, and I was like, man, if we can pull this off with Dan in the pit stall,
Yeah.
that'll be super cool. But
I think
um,
about Daytona because I was there and I was like, hey, was
we were fat. Everybody, bro. When I talk about like everybody on Xfinity Day was talking about you guys, you and Chandler.
Yeah.
They were like, you guys could do anything you wanted to. You guys
Yeah.
manhandled the field all night long, and I'm like,
I
I know.
remember like one restart. It's like the third one of the day. Me and Chandler literally lined up last and next to last. Me and him like hooked up to each other's bumpers.
What
We
did the
went
rat?
We went third groove and we were leading 1-2 by like lap three. And it was
Dude,
ridiculous.
madness.
It was
I've
ridiculous.
never seen some trucks drive as well as those two trucks where they just y'all literally could do anything you wanted. I had like five people, and I mean I say that genuinely five, it might have been more than that were like the 38 and the 34 were the best trucks last night. Nobody was gonna tell one of you guys was supposed to win, and it just didn't work out. It's a restrictor plate racing, but I was like, I know, I've never seen two trucks that could just bottom, top, anywhere y'all could do anything you wanted with those
The
trucks.
biggest thing is just staying committed to each other. Like there's so many points that you could be selfish for myself or Chandler. And we just both stayed like we don't care if we go forward or if we go backwards. We're gonna stay on each other's bumpers all night long. We're our only help. Everybody else is out to get us. So we're just like I don't care how we run. We're just gonna stay together. And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
We just like we didn't pinky promise, but we pinky promised on it. It was like we promised to stay committed to each other all night. And we did. And it's like, man, I think that going into Talladega, it's gonna be a lot different look in the field. Like I think there's gonna be more teamwork than there was years past in
Hmm.
previous speedway races. Because like if you just like I know our trucks were good, but we weren't like stupid fast. Like I think us just being committed to each other and us both having the confidence behind the wheel to make speed and comfortable taking the runs together was everything.
Mhm.
Right. Now, out of curiosity, did you like pushing it or did you like being pushed?
I didn't I actually was I only pushed all night long.
That's what I
So Chandler
remember
somehow, yeah, he worked out that he was in the front of me pretty
the
much
whole
every
race.
lap of the race. So um yeah, I pushed him all night long and then uh I ended up getting around him because he got that nose damage.
Hmm.
And well, he was leading, and I was pushing, 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 and he was going nowhere. So we
Mm.
swapped, and I got in front. Well, then his nose was so damaged when he would try to push me, it would almost wreck me every single time.
Mm.
Like several times, like he
I
would push
forgot
me, I
about
was
that.
super loose in front of him, and so like I haven't really felt getting pushed well. But as a driver, you're a little selfish. You want to be the guy out front of the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, for sure.
Let
I
me
mean,
do
maybe in a few weeks
it.
when we go to Talladega, we get to experience that. Maybe Chandler can push. And for a little while, you're like, okay, this feels great. Like,
Yeah,
I now understand how he felt the entire race at Daytona.
exactly, for sure. And I'm
But
looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, is that one or does Martinsville scare you more?
Um,
We
I
talked a little bit at practice about it.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, out of the three, the Roval is the most tame, which is always like the wild card race of the year for most people.
Right.
Talladega for sure. I feel like Martinsville's a little bit more in your control. Like you, even though like obviously on restarts you get dumped and wrecked, I feel like you can be safer. Like Talladega, you can play it safe all day and you still get wrecked. Martinsville,
100%.
you can be more passive and kind of get away with it. Like guy gets inside of you instead of trying to race him hard and block him, like just concede, give him the spot.
Well, I
Um,
think you also made a good point when we talked earlier about it. Like you being a playoff driver, you've got more respect. I think even this year, everybody knows it's basically the 11 and the 34. Like those are the trucks like that have the most speed pretty much every week, consistent, like stage wins, running up front. That's like they might treat you a lot different this go around going to Martinsville. So
Yep.
yeah, I
can't
agree with
can't
that.
promise that, but I feel like that's kind of the motion, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, we look at last year's Martinsville, or was it this spring, where the 45 wrecked the 11? Was
Yeah.
it this spring? I was gonna say if it
Maybe.
was last fall, that would be a lot bigger of a deal when you're inside
Oh
the play.
yeah.
So, like I said, hopefully I get a little bit more respect, like you said, and I don't feel like we've been great at Martinsville. We've been like a third to fifth
Maybe.
place truck every time we've gone there.
Mm.
We're very good, but not stellar, and we haven't been
Yeah.
dominant by any fashion. So,
Well,
um,
last year we didn't have our crew chief, Dylan, and I felt like that was just a wild night that was not, very uncharacteristic of us last year at Martinsville. Like we'd had a lot of speed the second half of the season, and that was like the one race I could think of that I remember we just like we weren't even really in the ballpark with some of the other drivers. Like I think the
we
19
were like an
one,
eighth place truck.
yeah, yeah, and that was very uncharacteristic of us to be that off that night because I think Chris Lawson, crew chief, and he was just like we were throwing a lot of stuff at it. Like that was just that's the one race that stands out to me that I remember. Pit road was important for adjustments, and we made a lot of adjustments that were uncharacteristic of us.
Yeah, I think the best way to look at that is just we just missed it.
Yeah, setup just wasn't quite there.
I remember looking at pictures and like usually by like the Ford racing pictures, you can usually tell like how the truck looks, platform, and everything, and it just wasn't there. And like
Mm.
this,
Gotcha.
nothing we could do at the racetrack to fix it.
Mm.
Well, this
So
past Martinsville, we used an old chassis, right? Like
yeah, a Hattori chassis.
you said it was like 6 years old.
Yes.
That's
That's
crazy
awesome.
to think about.
So
Yeah,
yeah, now we're taking. I'm pretty sure we're taking the same truck we just ran at Bristol to Martinsville. So
that truck has what, 2 wins on it? Three?
three.
That's the one that's won all three
Wow.
races this year.
It won.
So
No, it won Bristol last year, Bristol this year, and IRP. So
Mm.
two
okay, I
two
was
wins
told
in
it was
the past year.
IRP.
Mm-hmm.
What are you taking to Martinsville?
Yeah, that truck.
Nice. I was
Yeah,
gonna
so we're taking
say.
that truck.
Are you you said it after you won, but how excited are you still for New Hampshire?
Yeah, I feel the same way. We did some sim this week. Like I said, it's literally Milwaukee. It's a
Man, yeah.
better, it's a more grippy Milwaukee, and you drive it just like you do IRP. So
Oh.
like
Hell yeah.
it's literally just it's right up my alley. Like I don't know. Besides that track, I don't know any other track that I've felt like this confident going into, especially just
Wow.
recently winning. It was always like top five favorite tracks on iRacing ever. Like I always
Wow.
loved that track on iRacing. I was always like super good there and would win like every official race of the week there.
That's
That's
Like
awesome.
crazy.
every aspect of it is awesome. We got a good truck going there, so um,
And
yeah, I feel
you really want to hold that lobster.
I really do. And and Kristen, my girlfriend, before Bristol, she said, Layne, I want another sword. I was like, yes, honey, I'll try today. And then
You,
Victor, she's like, thank you for my sword. And I was like, okay, you're
you
welcome.
said, hold my margarita real
Yeah.
quick.
And then the other day she's like, I really want a lobster too. And I was like, okay, I'm working on it.
I
I'm
really want
doing
a
my
So
grandfather clock. I think a grandfather clock would go great right here.
yeah. Can you get me a we need a centerpiece for the living room.
that's awesome, bro.
Everything she asks you now, like, we need a new couch.
So
And like, that's not a trophy anywhere, babe. I don't know where
Yeah,
to go for that.
that's right.
so I did pick us to win New Hampshire. I picked Christopher Bell to win on Sunday.
Mm,
So we could potentially go back to back, and they could go back to back because Christopher
that'd be awesome.
Bell's he loves that place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think, like I
um,
said, I was looking back. The last truck race they ran there at New Hampshire was 2017.
good
And Chris,
Lord,
he did he? I know he qualified on the pole. I'm not sure if he won or not, but
Mm.
he
mm,
was KBM number four truck. So
yeah, I
Wow.
remember those days.
yeah,
Throwback.
I mean,
Wow.
what, 8 years ago
Yeah.
was the
God,
last
that's
time?
such a long time.
Yep,
Yeah.
But
Well,
no, we're gonna go out there and kick some ass, that's for sure.
yep. I'm
So
excited.
we're
Proud of
good
you
luck
happy.
for
guys.
everybody.
Proud of what we're doing, and like I said, I know we got a lot of momentum right now. Just got to keep it going and keep the pressure applied. And I know
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
Lane, we won't keep you any longer, man. Thanks for coming on for a second time. We recapped a couple more wins. Hopefully, the next one it's a win, maybe even a championship. So who knows when the next one will happen?
awesome. Looking forward to it. And like I said, always good to talk to you guys and popping the top. Thank you.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah,
Thanks
man.
you for coming
Well,
on,
I'll see
man.
you Saturday, man.
Sounds good. We'll do.
See you,
Ready
brother.
to get another one.
That's right.
See you next time.